We go to amusement parks to escape and have fun with family and friends. Whether it's a fun, slow ride for kids and their parents, or a thrilling roller coaster for the teenagers and adults alike. Even with food such as candy apples or cotton candy, it's meant to be an enjoyable experience, one you carry with you for the rest of your lives. The only scares that should come up are from the thrill of the rides, or the stomach pain you experience after you eat all of that food. It should never be that we fear that something bad might just happen to us. Unfortunately, accidents happen and they are forever documented. There have been many incidents where tragedy has struck, but here are the 3 deadliest amusement park accidents to have ever occurred. Number 3. Dream World, Gold Coast, Australia. The Thunder River Rapids ride was located in the town of Gold Rush section of Dream World. It was Australia's only river rapids ride since late 2004, but on October 25, 2016, that all changed. For reasons that were never figured out, one of the rafts, which wasn't occupied, became stuck at the bottom of the conveyor belt that moves the rafts to the area where passengers get off. One raft carrying 4 collided with it and bounced back onto the conveyor belt. 2 of them were thrown off as the other 2 were dragged underneath. All lost their lives as their bodies weren't recovered until early the next morning. Some paramedics required counseling due to the disturbing scene. Gold Coast Mayor Tom Tate offered his condolences to those affected and offered any financial and emotional support. On November 9th, the ride was permanently closed out of respect to the victims. The families were also invited to help create a memorial in its place at an appropriate time. Number 2. Eco-Venture Valley of Overseas Chinatown, Shenzhen, China. Space Journey was supposed to simulate an experience of what it's like to be on a rocket, with you experiencing the 2G acceleration effect of gravity. But on June 29, 2010, it was far more horrifying than anyone could have imagined. At 4:45 p.m., one of the cabins came loose and collided with others, while spinning at a high speed. Some of them dropped 50 feet to the ground while ejecting passengers. Only one of the cabins remained intact. 6 people lost their lives. 5 were critically injured, with 5 more having serious injuries. It is meant to hold 40 passengers while divided into 12 cabins, so many were lucky to keep their lives. Neither officials nor the company itself were able to offer a clear explanation for what happened. Various witnesses had made claims such as there was an explosion, deciding the ride's power for the cause. Needless to say, this ride has taken its last trip. Number 1. Six Flags Great Adventure, Jackson Township, New Jersey. It seemed just like any other day at the park on May 11, 1984. Many people were scared, but for the wrong reasons. The haunted attraction known as the Haunted Castle was where a horrifying tragedy occurred. At 6:35 p.m. of that day, 2 kids entered, one of whom was holding a lighter due to it being dark from a malfunctioning strobe light. While making their way through, he bumped into a foam rubber wall pad and set it ablaze. It spread quickly with how flammable the building materials were. 29 people were inside when it happened. 14 managed to escape. 7 were treated at a local hospital for smoke inhalation. Sadly, there were those who were not so lucky. 9 teenagers were trapped inside, and 8 of them died by asphyxiation. A 15-year-old girl survived and was carried to safety. In the trial that followed, it was admitted that the Jackson Township fire inspector never inspected the ride. It was considered a temporary structure, even though it had been there for 5 years. The assumption was based on it still being on wheels. It also had no building permit or a certificate of occupancy. Even worse, it had no sprinklers, fire, or smoke detectors, despite the park's safety consultants recommending it. The kid who originally started the fire was never charged or identified. Thanks guys for checking out this video. While you're still here, please give it a like if you enjoyed it. Comment down below to let me know if you've ever had a terrifying experience at an amusement park. Share this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, ring that notification bell as I put out a new video every Saturday. And I will see you guys next time.